Many are called, but few are chosen. You can as well say that everybody is called, but only few are chosen into a particular office or assignment or purpose. Do you understand that? Now, how do I know that I am called? Now, there are different ways one could know that they have a calling upon their life. For some persons, it is their dreams, revelations, personal encounters that they've had that becomes a pointer to their calling. Stay with me. There are people that never knew that they were called until somebody said so. Put that aside. There are other persons that were not called, but were also told that they were called. Let me correct that. They were not chosen, but they were told that they were chosen. There's a reason why I had to correct that, because every human has a purpose, and that your purpose is your calling. I hope that makes sense. Do you understand? But not everybody that is chosen. But there are some persons that have been misinformed that they were chosen, right? Because they found themselves in a wrong place with a wrong prophet, wrong seer, wrong diviner. Do you get it? There are some of you that received calling through psychological evaluation of a pastor or a psychic. Do you get that? That was how calling was rubbed upon you. You've never had any experience prior to this time. Your dreams doesn't say so. Your revelation does not say so. Your encounters does not say so. The only time you ever got to hear that you have a calling was through this second party that announced the calling to you. That is another one. Now, that's for cause. You see, people who are chosen do not need a second party to know that they have a calling upon their life. What second parties do is to confirm, to reaffirm what they already know or what they've been suspecting that they are not sure. Then the second party comes in to explain it or to confirm it to them. Now, the chosen ones, right from time, begins to have encounters, revelations, dreams that suggest that they have a specific office, purpose, why they are here on earth. That's why they are the chosen ones. Do you get that? That's how it happens. But now, the most confusing part for virtually everyone is, what is my purpose? What was I or what am I chosen to do? That's the most confusing part. But this is how a lot of persons define their own purpose. If you are born into a Christian home and you heard that you have a calling, or you notice, or you found out, however it came to you, your mind quickly suggests either you are born to be a pastor, an evangelist, or a prophetess, especially if you are a good dreamer. So you automatically call yourself a prophetess. The next thing is looking for where to train yourself, join yourself to a ministry, and develop yourself automatically, not because God said so. You understand? But because your foundation suggests that. Now, if you are born into a hidden home, a family of idol worshippers, like so many would like to call it, or traditionalists, somehow your mind forms that alliance with your foundation, with the tradition that exists in your family, right? That is how Some persons will go through the traditional way of accepting their callings. Others will go through the pastoral ways of accepting their callings because they used their present family background to judge their calling. So nobody really understood why, where am I called to, what am I called to do. Some persons actually do. I want to correct that. Not no, some persons do, but they choose the easy path. I can tell you for a fact, some persons do, but they choose the easy path. There are some persons from birth, the kind of dreams, revelations that they will have, they will see themselves healing with water, going through bushes, forest, uprooting herbs, and all of that. So it was clear from the beginning. But because of the stigmatization against herbalists and all that, and from their foundation where they also came from, what will people say? They will convert it into Christianity. These people are called to be herbalists, but they will hide under the disguise of prophetess, apostle, evangelist, bishops, right? And they try to subdue the original calling. Yes. This is basically how these things shows up. And one of the confusion also is people not understanding how this calling comes about, like who calls who. So if you are told you have a calling, but you see yourself plucking herbs, doing all those kind of things that people tend to be fetish in your dream, right? Personally, you even condemn it yourself. Personally, you condemn it yourself because you believe that that cannot be God calling you. That could be something else. That could be the devil, your ancestors, because so many people have termed their ancestors to be demons. So even if you go to tell your pastor that this is the dream you have, if he will tell you those things are demonic, they are familiar spirits appearing to you, those things cannot be real. You know, you have to go into fasting, reject them, bind them, refuse them. Those things are the things of darkness, that light and darkness has nothing in common. These are the kind of advice you will get. And because of this, people have confused minds, confused directions. So you don't know whether you are a pastor or you are a herbalist. You don't know whether you are a pastor or you are a traditionalist. But let's make this clear. Is there anyone that is actually called to be a pastor? You see this question? Think about it. I'm not going to answer that. But I want you to think about it. Is there anyone that is called to be a pastor? Truly. Like, genuinely. Is there anyone called to be a pastor? Now, I'll tell you why I put out this question here. I'm not going to answer it, but I'm going to give you a background. If you are called to be a herbalist, from your sleep, from your revelations, you will be shown herbs. You will be taught the mysteries, what some of these herbs do. But when you are called to be a pastor, nothing teaches you that thing. The Spirit does not teach you, neither does the Holy Spirit teach you these things in your sleep. Listen to me. You will be advised to go to a Bible school where an unbeliever, Bible school, okay, some of them are pastors, right? But theology school, most of your theologians do not even believe in what they are teaching you. They are just doing their job because that's what they read. That's their field of study. So they teach you the Bible. They teach you homiletics, they teach you eschatology, they teach you demonologies and all of that. Do you see the difference? So if God is the one actually calling you to be a pastor, shouldn't there be some spiritual introductions? Do you understand? Shouldn't there be spiritual introductions? Some of you would say, in your dream, you saw yourself praying for people, laying hands on people, healing them. Now, my question to you is that who told you that that act of prayers and laying hands is a Christian thing? How did you know that is a Christian thing? Think about it. Right? Okay. We'll continue this subject. This video is getting long. Continue. Wait for part 2.